Good morning, honorable lecturer, and dear fellow colleagues. My name is Asep Kurnaipi, a postgraduate student of English Language Education at Indraprastha University, PGRI. Today, as a part of my final project for academic speaking for scientific purposes, I am honored to present a topic that is deeply relevant to almost every English language learner and educator. Building speaking confidence, overcoming the fear of mistakes in EFL. Through this presentation, we will explore why learners struggle in speaking anxiety and discuss research-backed practical strategies to foster confidence in the classroom. To guide our discussion today, I have structured my presentation into 6 sections. Introduction: why speaking confidence is crucial in EFL context. The problem: unpacking the underlying causes of the fear of making mistakes. The impact: examining how this fear hinders the learner's progress. 4. Strategies: practical intervention to help students overcome anxiety. Share roles: the collaborative responsibilities of both teachers and students. Conclusion: key takeaways and final reflective thoughts. Let us begin with a quote that echoes through almost every quiet EFL classroom. I know the answer, but what if I say it wrong? Why is speaking uniquely challenging compared to other language skills? First, speaking happens in real time. Unlike writing or reading, speakers have no time to pause, edit, or delete the error before the audience hear them. Second, speaking is inherently social. When a student makes an error, it feels public and visible, leading to social vulnerability. Finally, this fear cumulative. A single embarrassing moment early in learning can build a psychological barrier that lasts of years. Our goal today is to understand where this anxiety stems from and how we can effectively address it. To solve a problem, we must first understand its roots. Where does this fear of making mistakes actually come from? Research and classroom observation highlight four major factors. First, fear or judgment. Students worry deeply about being ridiculed or mocked by peers or teachers. Second, perfectionism. Many learners hold the unrealistic belief that English is only worth speaking if it is completely flawless. Third, past correction. Traumatic experience with harsh, insensitive, or overly public correction in previous classes often leave long-lasting psychological scars. Fourth, limited practice. Lastly, traditional classroom often prioritize grammar drill over low pressure communicative practice, keeping students unprepared for actual spontaneous speech. 4. Limited practice. Lastly, traditional classroom often prioritize grammar drill over low pressure communicative practice, leaving students unprepared for actual spontaneous speech. The psychological burden of fear creates a massive divide between two types of learners in the exact same classroom environment. As you can see on the screen, the first, a fearful learners avoid volunteering, speaks in short, overly shaped sentences, rehearses silently without speaking aloud, and as a result, their progress slow down significantly. The second, conversely, a confident learners take risks with new vocabulary, speak in complex ideas, practice actively, welcomes feedback, and accelerate their learning trajectory. Crucially, as educators, we must recognize that the gap between these two learners really stem from a difference in talent. It is driven by the classroom environment. Now, let us move to the solution. For practical strategies for educators. The first strategy is creating a safe classroom culture. Set clear norms from day one. Explicitly establish that mistakes are not just tolerated, they are expected and welcomed. Model imperfection. As teacher, we should deliberately let students see us stumble, pause, or self-correct naturally. This humanizes the learning process, normalize error, reframe mistake as evidence of active cognitive effort, not as failure. Protect student dignity. Never employ public confrontational correction that isolate or embrace a student. Our second strategy focuses on reframing mistake as learning opportunities. A subtle change in teacher language can fundamentally transform a student mindset. Instead of saying, "You got it wrong," we can say, "That's a great attempt. Let's refine it together." Instead of warning, "Don't make mistakes," we remind them, "Mistake, so you are pushing your boundaries and trying something new." And instead of asking, "Why can't you say correctly?" we guide their metacognition with, "Why did you notice about that sentence structure?" By shifting our language, we remove stigma attached to linguistic errors. The third strategy involves designing low stakes speaking practice to scaffold student confidence progressively. First, fine talk, helping students speak in affairs drastically reduces the audience size and immediately pressures. Second, think, file, share. Giving students dedicated silent time to formulate ideas before sharing build an essential cognitive bridge. Third, speaking games. Gamified activities redirect student focus allow from grammar anxiety and toward task completion and fun. Fourth, recording practice, allowing students to record their voice privately first, eliminates live audience stress while building vocal familiarity. Our fourth strategy is delivering positive and constructive feedback. Feedback must be build confidence rather than shut communication down. We can implement a simple four-step feedback cycle. First, praise the attempt, acknowledge the courage it took to speak. Second, name what worked, highlight the specific strength in vocabulary or message content. Third, suggest one fix, focus on a single actionable correction rather than overloading the student. Fourth, invite another try. Give the student immediately opportunity to implement the fix successfully. Targeted phrase directly neutralize the fear of judgment. Building speaking confidence is not one-sided endeavor. It requires shared responsibility between both teacher and student. The teacher role is to design low-risk activities, respond with patience, celebrate genuine effort over flawless accuracy, and ensure equal speaking opportunities for everyone. The student role, on the other hand, is to accept mistake as a natural. The student role, on the other hand, is to accept mistake as a natural part of growth. Practice consistently outside the classroom, actively request feedback, and offer empathic support to their fears. When both parties fulfill these roles, the classroom transforms into the thriving learners community. To conclude our discussion today, let us summarize the core messages. Fear of making mistake is a natural, widespread barrier in EFL learning. By creating a safe culture, reframing error perception, providing low-stake practice, and giving constructive feedback, we can systematically build student confidence. True confidence grows through consistent, supportive practice, not by avoiding challenges. I would like to leave you with the final thought. Confidence is not the absence of mistake. It is the willingness to keep speaking despite them. Thank you very much for your time and attention.